Devin McGee, cause number 38631.
Your Honor, I'll wait for my client, but he's informed me that he wants to withdraw his plea.
Yeah, I already know that. All right, sir, you Devin McGee? And Mr. McGee was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of burglary of a habitation with the intent to commit aggravated assault. And that was, the agreement was for a cap of 30 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. I have received a pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have. I've also received, it looks like a letter from Mr. McGee that I have taken notice of, as well as a couple of, looks like some incident reports from the jail. Have you all had an opportunity to review those?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have. Are there any additions or corrections to that pre-sentence report?
Your Honor, the only additions that I would have is that I've received 2 letters from family members. I'd like to have the court have access to that before making a decision. However, I'd like to read from some of the letters as part of my closing. So I'd like to hold on to them, but then I would like to present them to the court.
Okay.
They're written by 2 close family members. And then further, the only other correction in the pre-sentence report, I guess we need clarification. While the defendant was previously in court and pled guilty, he's informed me this morning that he wishes to withdraw his plea. I let him know that that was up to the court. That's not up to me.
So, Mr. McGee, when you were here before, you were sworn in by the clerk and asked you some very specific questions about your plea and whether or not you were doing it freely and voluntarily, whether or not you did it because you actually did what they charged you with. Obviously, you know that I sat through the trial of your brother, so I've seen all of the evidence against you that would be presented at trial, the videos, all of the things. And so I guess I'm not inclined to let you withdraw your plea. I want to know, though, quickly why you think you want to.
I was on my plea because I was informed. Well, I found out that I can't get probation on this, and I thought I could.
And that's not correct, Your Honor. He is eligible for probation.
You are eligible for probation.
And
So-
I have told him.
Affirmative finding of a weapon, I couldn't get it.
What?
Affirmative finding of a weapon, I couldn't get it.
If I make that finding, I can give you anything right now from a deferred probation up to 30 years in prison. That's the range of punishment. So you are eligible for probation. That is an option that I have. So that's whoever has told you that, you're misinformed. That is an option. All right. So I am not going to allow you to withdraw your plea. We're going to go forward with sentencing. Mr. Nix, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, in reviewing the PSI, obviously the court's seen some of the evidence. It's not good evidence. But the one thing that I think needs to go in Mr. McGee's favor, obviously, is that he did take responsibility. He did plead. Obviously, he's gotten some bad legal information in the jail since we were last here in court. But that shouldn't change the fact that Mr. McGee has had no criminal history other than some traffic citations and a few failures to appear on those traffic citations before this. He's never been in our system. He's never been on probation before. Never been sentenced to prison before because he has no criminal history. Mr. McGee did not live the same life that many of us have lived. And one of the letters that I received from a close friend, they've known Devin since 2017, so approximately 6 years. Not only did they speak very highly about how Devin would typically put himself before others, and he had a very rough childhood. His mother passed away in front of him at the age of 27. They had no father figure. They were tossed and moved around with their 3 aunts from 2007 to 2017. They both suffered physical, mental, and verbal abuse from 2 of their aunts. Mr. McGee also has a 3-year-old child. He's never really stood much of a chance. He's never had a positive male figure in his life. And that's not my words. Those are the words of close friends and family members that have kind of written on his behalf. They were completely shocked and said that this was out of character for him to partake in this crime. They believed that he was following his brother. They said that this is not who Devin is. Obviously, the court has just what it has in front of them, which is the evidence from that case. And if you just look at the evidence in that case, obviously it's going to give you pause because of the nature of and the violence that took place in the offense. While my client understands the law of parties and he knows that he's just as responsible for whatever his brother did that day, I will say that he was not the aggressor or the main aggressor in the situation. The crime that they committed was despicable, and he would agree with that. He thought that he was going over there to retrieve stolen property. He did not know that his brother was going to start shooting. And in visiting with Mr. McGee, I believe he was also a little afraid and didn't know what to do in the situation once it started going further and beyond what he thought it was going to be. Further, Mr. McGee has told me that he has found religion. He has, one of his write-ups has been because they did not warn the jailer when they were going to pray. So that was one of the write-ups that he had. He also had a jumper malfunction with his buttons. But he says that his newfound religion has given him discipline and peace in his life. He has a son now. He apparently did not know about that. I believe he became aware of that while he was incarcerated. The child is 3 years old. And he would like to have some sort of a life with a son. I would suggest that he get 10 years deferred adjudication probation. And if he messes up even one iota, he's got the full range to deal with. So I would suggest that he get 10 years deferred probation, be put on intensive supervision, 0 tolerance, and actually be given a chance, because based on his criminal history, this is not who he is. This is not, and I hope the court doesn't take into account the fact that he tried to withdraw his plea today. I think he got some bad
No,
information.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, he got some bad information in the jail, but he is eligible for probation. I would ask that he get probation, and I'd give Mr. McGee a chance to address the court and explain why he should get probation.
First and foremost, I would like to apologize to the victims in my case. I didn't know, like my lawyer said, I didn't know that my brother was going to go over and shoot him. He told me.
Hang on a second, Devin. Just stop. All right. Y'all went over there with a gun. Hang on. I've watched the video, and you were the one who egged your brother on the entire time. I'm not even sure that your brother would have done what he did had you not been there. Just in his face, do it, do it, do it. I've seen it. Hang on. I've seen it. There's probably nothing you can say right now that's going to help anything, because all you're doing is trying to not take responsibility instead of taking responsibility. Ms. Malfino.
Thank you, Judge. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
You were having no criminal history. We saw him go from 0 to 100 in a matter of 2 hours that afternoon. On behalf of the Jones family, we appreciate the court taking the time when we addressed Tevin's case to carefully consider all of that evidence. This is a unique situation where I don't even feel like I need to argue the PSI. You have everything in front of you. I know you recall it. I know you remember it. I know you know the violence there, and he was responsible for those actions. He needs to be held responsible. I appreciate Mr. Nick's argument. I respect him immensely as a professional. He's just doing his job. The words probation are just absolutely ludicrous for this case. I think Jason said it best when he told you this is not a gift to Devin. This is a gift to them, to let this be over, to stop the nightmare. They deserve to have some peace from this. Your brother's gone for the rest of his life. You better be glad that your exposure is 30 years. And that's not a gift to you. That's by the graciousness of this family. Judge, on their behalf, I would respectfully ask 30 years with them for what I did to Devin.
Your Honor, can I present the 2 letters?
So, I mean, I appreciate Mr. Nick's argument. I appreciate these letters. The problem with these letters is I don't know. I wish if they hadn't seen that the people who are saying what a good person you are and how much remorse you supposedly have, and that you've taken responsibility, saw the video of what happened that night. There's not a whole lot of times here in court that with cases, we have the opportunity to have pretty much every single part of an offense on video, right? And that makes this unique. It's unfortunate probably in some cases that we don't, because probably other people who've done similar things get maybe some breaks that they shouldn't, because we don't have all of that. What you and your brother put that family through that night is the stuff, and I think I've said this before, the family's probably heard me, I know, tell your brother this. This is the stuff out of a movie. This is what makes people have nightmares at night. And you instigated it. You walked with your brother with that assault gun, however far y'all had to walk, knowing you weren't just going to get property holding a gun. Well, you can object whatever you want, but I know what I saw. I know that you instigated him to keep doing it. You showed him how to take the safety off the gun. I remember all of that. So at this time, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, I'm going to find you guilty of burglary of a habitation with intent to commit aggravated assault. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 30 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. I am making an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification, Mr. Nix, that shows this was an agreement. So you have waived any right to appeal. You've also been handed a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. You should thank Mr. Nix. He did an excellent job for you, limiting your exposure, and on behalf of the family, to give you that opportunity to have it limited at 30 years. You're very lucky, and I hope you take advantage of this. When you get out, you're still going to be young. And have an opportunity to live a life, and you can choose. I hope you really have found religion and that you keep that, and that when you get out, you prove yourself that you're not that type of person. All right. Good luck to you. You can go back with the bailiff. Yes. Hang on. Absolutely. Hang on. Can y'all clear the table so he can have a seat? Where they're going to do a victim impact statement.
Devin McGee, October the 8th, 2021 is a date that me and my family will never forget. You and your brother attempted to kill my husband, Jason. You and your brother tried to kill our innocent little dog as you entered our house. Prior to entering the home, the same very home that Jason and I built for our family, that we raised our family in, raised our children in, and it also became the home of our grandson, your nephew. You both taunted us for what felt like a lifetime. I will never forget the sounds of bullets spraying through our home. I will never forget the visual of seeing my love, my soulmate, my husband, the father of my children, the grandfather of my grandchildren, slumped down in a bathtub filled with blood. Glass shattered everywhere. The sight of spent casings and shattered glass. Spent casings that kept being discovered long after the crime was committed. You two had one goal in mind that night, and you both know that is correct. The goal that you both had was to kill every one of us in the home that night. And I'm here to tell you, look at me. I'm here to tell you failed. You are worthless. We have a very small fraction of our many supporters that are here today to see justice through, that we're here to see justice through on your brother as well. Our lives are forever changed. They'll never be the same. But one thing that we can take tried in and knowing and going forward in is that justice is served. Justice is never fully served to the victims, as this is something that we have to go forward with ourselves and deal with on our own behalves. There's nothing that no one can fix. I hope that you are filled with fear every single second of your life. I hope that every time you close your eyes at night, you see my face, you see my husband's face. We are survivors of the crime that you and your brother purposely committed that night. And I'm here to tell you, don't ever mess with the Lord's creations. On behalf of my husband and I, and on behalf of our family and friends, we want to give our immense gratitude and sincerest appreciation to Port Neches Police Department, Nederland Police Department, Groves Police Department, Port Neches Fire Department, all medics involved, Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, Philip Smith, Ashley Malfino, investigators Troy Robinson and Brandon Crowder, Port Neches Police Department Detective Scott Thompson, Krista St. Elizabeth Trauma Physicians, and last but not least, to you, Honorable Judge Raquel West, thank you for all your support.
Good luck to all of y'all. Thank you all. You can go back with the bailiff.
And there it is, the moment where excuses fall silent and reality takes over. In this courtroom, the truth wasn't hidden in words, it was captured in actions, on video, impossible to escape. Responsibility isn't about what you meant to do, it's about what you helped set in motion. For the victims, this sentence is not closure, it's survival. For the defendant, it's a lifetime lesson delivered in a single ruling. And for all of us watching, it's a reminder that one decision can echo forever. So the question remains, when the moment comes, who will you choose?